Hello my friends and welcome, my name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. We have some of the changes on the front lines, not in favor of Ukraine. It seems like Russia broke through the first defense line on the south from the Bahmut city. Let's go there. So this is the Bahmut city, my friends. Russians tried to reach that city with a straightforward attack. They had lots of the losses, but finally were able to break from the south. And just want to show you what was 2 days ago. And today they took this village. The village name is Ozeranovka, and here we have some of the roads that are leading to the city of Bahmut, and they tried to reach this part before they took those fields under their control, but due to the natural obstacle, the river and the lakes, they were unable to go forward on this direction. That is why they moved their forces to the south, and here they got some of the success. However, they took just one village, and for now it's early to say whether they will have the major advancement in this area. However, this road over here was the first defense line of Ukrainian forces, and now it's the very muddy stuff. The soil is very soft. We have rains and sometimes snow, so Russia may use those secondary roads to move their forces to the north here and to the Bahmut city. The good thing is that it's the only change that we have on the front lines, and Russia is still struggling with their resources, with lack of the resources. And before we go to the latest news and events, my friends, let me tell you few words about the sponsor of today's video. The sponsor of today's video is you who support my channel, you who are watching me right here, right now. My friends, you are awesome and thank you so much for it. With your kind support, I was able to move together with my family to the safe place, and now I am able to sustain my family abroad in quite expensive country. So thank you so much for sponsoring me here with your view. The International Institute of the War Researchers says that during the next few weeks the war is going to be more intense because the soil will go more robust because of the low temperatures, and we have the forecast for the next week that the temperatures should drop to -5. So that is why we expect that Russians or Ukrainians will go on their counterattacks or attacks. And I still do not think that Russia has enough resources to attack and take lots of the parts of Ukraine as it was in spring or summer this year. However, according to Ukrainian army commanders, Russia is collecting more rockets for possibly the biggest rocket attack on Ukrainian territory. It's gonna be the total blackout in Ukraine if they conduct it. And today Russia regrouped more Tu-95 to operate from the Engels military airfield, and from that part they fly to Caspian Sea, and there they fire their cruise missiles. So we do expect that the massive rocket attack may happen tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And that's their tactics for now. They want to demilitarize civilian people. And partially I would agree that it works. After all, I moved from Ukraine because it was impossible for me to continue my job there. Yeah, I mean, I would still find the way, but it would be very difficult. I think you should remember the Snake Island that Russia took in the beginning of the war, and after they left it, so now it's the known territory. No one is controlling this for now. Russia tried to put the air defense rockets to that island, but we demolished them with the help of artillery. And by that time, I was really surprised that our artillery was able to reach that island, because the maximum distance for them was 40 kilometers. We had by that time the standard barrel type of artillery, no HIMARS, nothing. And the distance from that island to the Ukrainian shore is 35 kilometers, but this is the swampy territory. You cannot put any kind of artillery over there, and that's why you have to have the range up to 50 kilometers somewhere here. But what the Ukrainian army did, they put the artillery systems, the self-propelled scissor artillery systems, on some sort of the ships. We call them barsha, and basically they were towed to the sea to shorten the range, and they fired towards the Snake Island. It's kind of interesting. It's non-standard solution, so I do not expect the same kind of solutions from the Russian army. They work according to the book. Their books are very old, but Ukrainian army, as you can see, may improvise, and that information was actually confirmed by the NATO officials, and they were very surprised how Ukraine used the NATO weaponry in this war. Not NATO weaponry, but the Western-made one, because NATO doesn't help Ukraine with the weapons in this war. Just some of the countries help. That's the main difference. For example, Germany will send 3 more RST anti-aircraft and anti-rocket systems that will be delivered to Ukraine very soon. For now, we just have 1 RST systems. We promised to have 4, so 3 are coming soon. Russia planned to attack Japan back in 2021, according to the leaked FSB letters. That's the Russian intelligence. I think Japan is kind of strong country with strong allies, including United States, and that's why I do not believe that Russia would dare to attack Japan. However, I remember the Russian rhetorics. They also accused Japan of being some sort of the Nazi country. They recalled how Japan conducted the medical tests on the war prisoners of the Soviet Union during the Second World War, and they put this rhetorics very high and accused Japan last year that it's some sort of the devil country. But right, according to that article, rhetorics changed dramatically, and now they fight in Ukraine. Even though they start their war in Ukraine, we have the analogy with Russia-Japan war in the beginning of the last century. Then Russia lost it. They wanted short and fast war that Russian Tsar would win for sure, but what they have is defeat. So actually this war is not about Ukraine, it's about the Russia itself, the Russian Tsars. That is why I see the future, the bright future of the world without Russia. I mean, without their imperialistic form that they have currently. The chief of the Ukrainian nuclear energy company says that Russia may leave the occupied Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. At least he sees the signs of it. He said that they may transfer the power to the International Atomic Agency, and after a while they will transfer the control over the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant to Ukrainian side. I think that happened because of the high-risk situation on the power plant, and Russia simply cannot use it to blackmail Ukraine and the rest of the world. They tried to shell the station and start the peace talks, but Ukraine refused to talk with Russian officials. Ukrainian side started massively using the HIMARS rocket artillery systems, and today we fired towards Skadovsk. At least we got the information that there were some of the explosions on the Russian bases. Russia moved their command centers further away, but still those are mainly reachable with the 80-kilometer range rockets. There was a road accident near to Latvia and Estonia border. 25 Ukrainians were injured and 3 were delivered to intensity care. Those were Ukrainian soldiers. Probably they were heading for some sort of the training. The driver of the bus simply hit the truck that was standing on the road. Driver lost his life. United Kingdom finally sends the Brimstone 2 rockets to Ukrainian army, and they filmed some of the video today about the rocket, the delivery, and this is very precise, sophisticated one, can be fired from the skies or from the ground. Alright my friends, I'm gonna keep you updated on situation here in Ukraine. If you want to support my channel, just press the like button. If you want to support me financially, there are some of the links in the video description just below. You may support me on Patreon, PayPal or Donatella. My friends, I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are. Have a great time.